Morning, everyone. Positive Pat here. It is August 16th, Wednesday. It's a little before 7 a.m. So I switched up my routine this morning. I don't plan on totally killing off the meditation or stretching or journaling and all that type of stuff. That's great stuff to be doing. But the things that I want to be focusing on that are going to allow me to have more clients, to better serve those clients, is really going to be based on just doing more work. I realize that I probably have 1,300 total clients that I have either sold a job to, with the majority of those being roofs I got on that didn't have any damage. It might be even more than that. So what I'm doing this morning is going through this old work phone, making sure I have that updated into this new work phone, because there are hundreds of contacts that I realized that I could go back and probably get a lot more business out of past customers. So I wanted to do a little explanation about shifting that morning schedule. So I got up this morning at 4, went to the gym, feeling great, and that's definitely the routine. Came back, showered and everything, then 5 to 5:30 is when I do some reading. And then after that, 5:30, it's like get a cup of coffee and just start working. So it's been a really productive morning. This is all the like mundane, boring stuff. So I have a podcast going, Bigger Pockets, while I'm listening to all this stuff. And so that's something that I'm going to be doing every morning now, is reshifting. This damn cat is reshifting focus to getting these higher productivity work items done, or even the mundane stuff that I know isn't super fun, but if I don't do it, then it's not, I'm going to lose out on all those clients. That's potential business. So anyways, that's a little bit about this new structure that I'm forming. So Pat, just keep doing that. That's a much better method of going about things, and maybe save the other stuff for doing that before you go to bed, something like that. Not killing out all that other stuff, but focus on the work. Just like Alex says, like, do the work that needs doing. Just get that stuff done. So the other thing I wanted to go through is, this is going to be a little bit longer video on why am I doing this? How did I get to this point? So for years, I really tried to make a living full-time as a musician. Got to a point where probably 80% of my income was derived from musical endeavors. I was teaching 5 days a week, or four days a week, I guess. I was working at Ludwig, which is a drum manufacturer, one of the largest ones that's in Monroe, North Carolina, and was also working, doing a lot of my own personal gigs, and then eventually started my own group, and really wanted to do that full time. And over the course of time, learned that I had different goals and things that changed, that didn't align anymore. That didn't make sense to do that. So it was pretty crazy when I got into this sales role. I used to do a lot of landscaping. It was just me in a red Dodge Ram 1500 that I would just charge like $15 or $20 an hour for my time to do a lot of different projects. It's not a good way to run a business. I was basically just a worker with an LLC. That was it. But I had a client who ended up being the VP of sales at this current company that I'm with. He's no longer with us, but he was one of my customers, and I had reached out to him a couple years after I had actually done some masonry work, some stone tree rings for him, and was trying to grow the business at the time, and asked him if he needed any ancillary services, leaf pickup, gutter cleaning, any of that type of stuff. And he said no, but I have this opportunity, man, and you followed up 2 years afterwards. So he had found me on Nextdoor, and that was actually a really bad job. That job went sideways. It did not work well for me. I did really good work for him. So he kind of got good into the stick on that, but he remembered how I managed everything, and he knew that day one I'd probably lost money on the job, but I was there 4 days that week and got everything taken care of for him. So he ended up having me come in that day. I met the owner of this company. They hired me on the spot. I told him I didn't know anything about roofing, but I'd work extremely hard, harder than anyone they'd probably seen, and so that's what I did. And so in a year, I went from maybe collectively, my wife and I made 50 grand. The first year grossed 183. And I didn't really know a lot of what I was doing, but I understood that if I kept doing this, I would learn more. And so this December will now be 4 full years I've done this. And every day I just try and get that much better. There's so many things that I need to be investing time in. I keep doing that, but that's just the short and sweet of the transition that I kind of went through of really wanting to do music full time. And then what changed was just, I wanted to have a different type of impact. Music can be an amazing impact, and I have created some phenomenal relationships out of being in this group that I formed. It's a 7-piece band, and it's awesome, but I wanted to have a different type of impact, and I want my wife to be part of that, and some of that is going to require large sums of capital and will be impactful in a way that I don't think a music career would have been able to allow me to be. So that's kind of a short and sweet backstory of like where I'm at right now. So I focus a lot right now on increasing overall top line revenue for my company and selling, but also I want to learn ways to bring more value and quantify that value so that I can show them that. And honestly, that's how you ask for raises or higher commissions or whatever, is showing that you're bringing way more value than what you're being paid. And so there's a lot of ways to do that with metrics and things. So anyways, this was a longer video. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one out, get some more work done before the baby gets up. So everyone take it easy. Talk to you soon.